Piggy the Storybook. This game has changed my life. But what do I like about this game? So, I'm here to cover it in this video. So without further ado, let's begin. Story number 1 is called Tactic Lab. And it's basically the lab chapter, but remade. And this chapter is actually pretty good. Unlike the other lab chapters I've seen in Piggy games. This one is actually very better. This one's a better version of all of the lab ones I've seen. All of the lab ones I've seen made by the Piggy community. But what's something great about this chapter? Something great is that there's lockpicks in this chapter, which lets you unlock areas without using the certain key. Without using a certain key to unlock it. And this chapter is very great. To compare it, I would put this chapter on a high level. Personally, the main problem I have is Cheetaro. When Cheetaro spots you, he's kind of fast. So I would kind of personally make him slower for all that, for heaven's sake. And also, you get to play the map. Once you finally get to beat the map, there's this epic chase scene / boss battle against Marley Russell, like the Piggy skin, Marley Russell. And this chapter is so incredibly detailed. And I love it with every single bone in my body. And with that out of the way, what do I think of what does this chapter mean? This chapter means greatness. And I especially love this chapter with every bone in my body. So to show, here's a lockpick. And basically, if you use it on the orange door, this happens. You can use it on the orange door, which will spawn Penny, and you have to play, Rishav, what have you done? Rishav, what have you done? Story number 2 is Tigry versus Marcus. And this chapter is alright, I guess. I'll explain my problems, but first let me tell you that this chapter has actually been remade, like, earlier this year. And basically, this guy named Piggy the Angora made a video on the older version of this chapter. He basically made an older version of this, chapter. So after Cammy made his video on the game, the creator, Xavier, the creator of Roblox Apocalypse, saw the video. I was like, hey, that's my chapter. Literally, Rishav stole from him. Luckily, it was all fixed out. Anyway, I'm walking to the area that I think I have most problems with in this chapter. This area over here. So if you go over here, in this area, and grab the blue key, right here. And you will walk back, you can walk back to find Marcus. And you basically have to defeat him, I guess. And I guess you basically have to defeat him in like one giant boss battle. And all that. And this chapter isn't one of my favorites, but it's still pretty good. So I'll give this chapter a 5 out of 10. It's not one of my favorites, but it's not too bad. And anyway, let's move on to the third story. Story number 3 is called Lucella Forest. And it basically acts as the forest. When you start, you get to choose the night. You can select from normal night to hard night. You will get the badge either way, either night you choose. Anyway, this forest is very big. So I would recommend looking up a how to beat video. Though this chapter isn't all that bad. It's just very big, that's all. I would like make it a bit a teensy weensy bit smaller. Anyway, the bot of this map of this chapter is Doggy. And this map isn't all confusing. It may be a little hard, but not too hard. If you're a big Piggy pro, you might find this one a bit challenging, but no, it's not really that challenging, is what I'm saying. Doggy basically just runs around the entire map. And he doesn't usually get in your way. Sometimes. Like here, yeah. Doggy's model is great. Rishab did a good job on Doggy's model. Because the model looks so good. Apart from the awesome model, I would like to point out how humongous this... I talked about it before, but this chapter is like way too big. Way too big for an average Piggy chapter. Like this thing... Story number 4 is called Hidden Temple. And this map is not that great in my honest opinion. The main problem I do have with this map is the map itself being way too small for an average Piggy map. So you obviously play as you're obviously the player. And the main bot for this chapter is Spidella. And dang, she has a giant butt. And dang, she even has a gat. So that's not my most favorite thing about the map. My favorite part is that there's the sentinels. And my favorite part is when they try to get into the areas, like the room areas. They kind of just like teleport back, making you completely safe in the rooms. However, one problem is that they can like camp you. And you'll need to like spin around in circles a little bit and wait for Spidella to leave the area you want to go. However, there are codes. And it's not all it's cracked up to be. but this chapter isn't that great, in my opinion. These are all just my opinions, so you can totally disagree with me. Spidella can oftenly get stuck sometimes, and I just died, so yeah. I'm giving this chapter like a 6.5 out of 10, not one of my favorites. Story number 5 is called Refinery Rescue. Kind of like Refinery Revenge from Piggy Robot Apocalypse. I'm kidding. No, not Piggy Robot Apocalypse. Piggy VHS Archive. I'm kidding. I'm absolutely kidding. Rishav, you did very good with this chapter. I'm not gonna say it's horrible or nothing. It's alright. It's alright, I guess. But not one of my personal faves. It's still a really good chapter you've made here, Rishav. And basically, I kind of like the part where I kind of like the Philip boss fight. That one was actually kind of neat and very smooth and all that. But yeah, this map is alright, I guess. Not one of my favorites, but still a very good map you made here, Rishav. Still, Rishav, very good map you made here. Mwah! Good job, Rishav. You did good here. You did good here. I want to clap right now, but I personally can't because I have my tablet in my hand. So, yeah. However, my main problem with this map is actually Tigry. Now I know what you may be thinking, but Tigry's one of the best ones here. How is he not your favorite? Because of patrolling. Tigry patrols the map, which is hard because it makes it terrible because this map is very small, is very tight, and Tigry can kill you easily. That's very hard for because it's very easy for Tigry to kill you. Obviously. And like, Tigry is one of the main threats of this chapter. And I don't know why. I mean, he's alright, but not one of the best. So I'll give this, and my favorite part is the Philip boss fight, but about no one can get to it because of Tigry and the map being so incredibly small. Like, Rishav literally took the refinery map from Piggy, like the original refinery map. Yes, the original refinery map. Not one of my favorite maps in this game, but still a really good job you did here, Rishav. Story number 6 is called Leonard's High School, and this story actually is one of my favorites. This story is the school map, but not the ordinary school map. Not the teeny tiny school map. This map is pretty big. And There are places where you can get teacher stuck, which is great, because teacher is pretty much the main threat of this map, which I don't really like. I don't really like teacher. One thing I do like about teacher is her model. This area right here, where you need the white key, is very tight. Like us players, we like big maps. Not very itty-bitty maps. Like us piggy players, we like very big piggy maps. Not very itty-bitty maps. Like, this map took me about, like, 2 tries. And this map is the definition of greatness. So yeah, very good job, Rishav. I'm proud of you. You put all this effort into making a beautiful chapter. We all enjoy this chapter. Good job, Rishav. Good job. So yeah, what do I get this map? 9.5 out of 10. This map is very good. This map is very good. Mwah. Good job, Rishav. Story number 7 is Carnival Chaos. This one, I don't know why, it's just one of my absolute favorites out of all of them. The main plot of this map is Clowny. And Zompiggies come out of the ground and start to chase you. You can do the Roy quest. There's a video of him on my channel. Go watch it. It shows you exactly how to get it. Okay, yeah. However, this chapter is one of the most impressive chapters out of all of these, which is why it's my #1 favorite chapter in Piggy the Storybook. That's right, this chapter is pure S tier. This chapter is S tier. The Zompiggies will spawn, and Bunny has to literally run around the entire map and shoot them. And kill them all. However, the Zompiggies aren't the main threat of this chapter. Clowny is. Though, one thing I would improve is the mirror room. The mirror area. The mirror area is like the exact same as the normal Piggy game. I don't like it. And Bunny literally craps herself around the entire map. Story number 9, story 8 is called William's Farewell. And I don't know about you guys, but this chapter is actually pretty good. So you spawn with the Willow Key. As a reference to Willow Raid? No, it's not a reference to Willow Raid. This chapter takes place during the heist chapter. Like, maybe before the heist chapter. And I love this chapter so much. It's just a shame that this chapter is pretty small. For a pretty good chapter, the map layout is very tiny. I mean, not very tiny, but it's still a little bit small. small. Like, Rishav, you could do something better. Like, maybe upgrade some of the maps in this video that I've seen, that I said that are way too small in this video. If you even see this video, do it. Do it. Also, add me to the game. Now! Anyway, I have no problems with this chapter. Story number 9 is the first chapter I ever uploaded on my YouTube channel. I uploaded the Roy quest, which was the first video, like anything I ever uploaded on this channel about Piggy the Storybook. And this story is hard, I guess. Not in the way you think. See, there's a quest, which is a bit hard to do. I camped out here, like, the entire video, like, about the entire video. And then one time, when Trevor touched me, I was pretty much invincible. And, like, when we're talking about Trevor, like, this map is like an original map, which is not that good, sorry guys, I meant to say original map. So, like, this story is an original map. When I mean by original map, I mean, like, this map was completely made up. It's like fan-made. This map is fan-made. Because it was made by Rishav. And so, this map isn't really good and all that. Main problem I have with this map is that it's just hard and all that. Like, my main problem is, like, the main area. So, this story number 10 is called Outpost Echo. And basically, this chapter is the outpost, is the camp chapter from book 2. Now, I'm gonna go into full depth in this one. This chapter starts off with us arriving, and we have to get the cure. Basically, we're chased by a psychopath named Fergus. Hippo named Fergus. So how is Fergus a psychopath, you may be asking? Like, he has loud footsteps. And I mean by loud footsteps, I mean like not loud footsteps. You can hear him when he gets close to you. When he spots you, your screen flashes orange, and he will kill you. Your screen will flash orange for a few seconds, and then he will start to chase you. And he plays some, like, military music, sort of. There are a few things I am obviously missing in this chapter. Like, for starters, that there are soldiers on the ground and are willing and are trying to shoot you because they think you're an intruder. However, that might happen, which makes the map even better. And you can basically escape the map if Fergus is like that. However, you do need to be careful of his traps, because they take away some of your health. And you don't need to worry about Fergus, because he is not moving anytime, because he is not moving an inch anytime soon. I was completely joking about that. You may still hear Fergus's footsteps, but not what you may think. It's not too bad. This chapter isn't that bad, but it's not that great. But it's not great either. This chapter is the exact definition of yet the pure evil. Because Fergus may move like a tiny inch, but that's not the problem at this matter. The problem is trying to use the red keycard, because it goes right here. And Fergus uses red card. Swim it. He doesn't move. Then you're safe. So you're safe. Then you're safe. When you're safe, continue with the map. And if Fergus leaves, that wall is just game over. But I've never seen Fergus leave the wall before. Moving on to the final and latest story of this video. Fort Pursuit. Fort Pursuit is basically the port, but it's big. And when I was looking in the roleplay, I actually saw that the was actually made by a popular YouTuber. And Bozo Pixel actually made videos on this game. But known as this which are a group of some of the smallest Piggy YouTubers. Like, definitely not Minitoon. Minitoon is pretty popular. Anyway, the main boss, Dakota. Said earlier. There's also another bot. But she's in this little She is a squirrel. Oh my gosh, that's so, but I love this one. I don't know her name, but I like this novel. Anyway, this chapter is if you count the fact that Dakota's literally So here's the final conclusion. What do I think about Piggy the Storybook? Piggy the Storybook is very great. So I've been thinking about this of doing, instead of like me playing through the chapter, like recording it, I would like play through the chapter, play through the chapter until I beat it. And then give my reviews. And that is for story 12, which is hopefully coming very soon. So this chapter, my final conclusion is Piggy the Storybook is in fact one of the best Piggy fan games of all time. That includes the main game and the roleplay. Conclusion: the roleplay was included for some of them in this video. Anyway, that'll be it for today's video. So